Hello and welcome back to Friday Minis. Today, we're going to take a look at a graphics tablet. Now, just to clarify, when I talk about the tablet, I'm not talking about the one you probably have. You know, not a tablet like the Nexus 7 or the iPad. I'm talking about a traditional graphics tablet. You know, this kind. Tablets like these connect to your computer, they have a pen, and essentially what they do is, well, they allow you to interact with your computer with a pen-based interface. Whether you want to take notes or you want to do drawing, stuff like that, with a pen, well, you use a tablet like this. So today, we discuss how these tablets work. Now, in fact, there are a plethora of different ways in which these tablets can work. So what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to explain to you the most common way in which tablets normally work. The answer is simply electromagnetic fields. Now, a lot of these tablets actually have a pen that has a battery on the inside, and what it's doing is it's broadcasting some kind of an electromagnetic signal, and of course sensors inside the tablet are actually able to pick this up. It will then be able to translate this to mouse movement or brush strokes or things like that. And because we are working with electromagnetic fields, we actually have one advantage. In fact, no contact is required. Look at what's happening here. While my pen is hovering above the surface of the tablet, that is in fact enough for the computer to realize that something is happening. Thanks to the fact that this works on an electromagnetic field, no contact is required. Simply hovering the pen above the surface of the tablet is enough. This means of course that we can actually distinguish between multiple states. For example, with the pen above the tablet but not touching it, we are essentially just moving the cursor around. When the nib of the pen actually contacts the surface, what happens is that this is now interpreted as a click. So you might be wondering, hey, how is it able to tell the difference between, a click and a no-click state? You see, that's where the magic really happens. The electromagnetic field sent out by the pen is actually able to change to represent different types of information. That's why if you look closely at the pen, you realize that there are actually buttons on the side. In fact, you also realize that there are two nibs, a main drawing nib and an eraser nib at the back. And in fact, both these ends are actually pressure sensitive. So by modulating the information in the electromagnetic wave, the pen is actually able to give the tablet a whole lot of information. For example, the pressure that is put on the pen, or what buttons are being pressed, and in fact whether or not the pen is even touching the tablet in the first place. Now, just one final point before we round off. Notice earlier that I mentioned certain pens actually have batteries in them. In fact, for all the pens manufactured by Wacom, there are no batteries inside. So then you may be wondering, well, how does this pen work then if it doesn't have power? You see, an additional layer is added to the tablet itself. What that is doing is that is sending out its own electromagnetic wave. The pen is actually able to pick up on this wave and turn that into electrical energy. This is a process called electromagnetic induction, and it is frequently used in wireless power kind of applications. So what's happening is the tablet is inducing a bit of power which drives the pen and allows the pen to communicate with the tablet. Obviously, there are a number of different electromagnetic waves just going up and down, so of course the designers had to tinker with this a bit to make sure they don't interfere with each other. But that's it. Hopefully you have a better understanding of how a graphics tablet works. Don't forget to like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. Until next time, you're watching 0612 TV. So by emitting a different radioactive wave, wow!